Hey everybody, I am sitting in a parking lot in Oregon City, not far from where we are currently running our church services, but I'm actually one parking lot, maybe two parking lots over from the DHS office here in Oregon City. And I'm over here because I want to tell you about something that our church is going to do this December, a goal that we have to help teenagers, specifically in the foster care system. But before I do, let me just tell you about our involvement with foster care in the TriMet area. Several years ago, we got involved. We started to be involved with an organization called Embrace Oregon, and we've supported their ministry in a lot of ways as a church. I was just thinking about this, how many different ways we've been able to do that. But the number one thing we do is provide welcome boxes, which are boxes filled with things that kids who are being transitioned back into homes or out of their homes, one of the scariest moments that I can imagine. It provides them with some essentials and some fun things to do to just help make that moment a little bit better. And we think that's really near and dear to God's heart. We believe it's something God, wants us to do, and it's something we'll continue to do. But we've also served ice cream to the DHS workers, office workers, at this office that's just behind me over here. We've been a part of volunteering at the Christmas party for where families and kids, biological families and kids get back together and celebrate Christmas. We have, we really helped keep foster parent night out going in Wilsonville. It was going to close down, and we were able to really be instrumental in keeping that going. We have some volunteers who are a part of that, and so we've been involved in a variety of ways. But this December, as we approach Christmas, we want to be involved in a different way. And as I said, we want to specifically help teenagers. I've learned that there are about 700 teenagers in the foster care system in the Portland metro area, in the TriMet area. And Embrace Oregon, who we've worked with, which is now called Every Child PDX, they have for several years worked with an organization called Frugal Living, Northwest Frugal Living, something along those lines. And they provide $10 gift cards to as many of the teenagers in the foster care system as they can during the Christmas season. And so I think the goal this year, maybe this is what they have left, I'm not exactly sure, but it's somewhere around 450 that Every Child PDX wants to collect. And we as a church, this is the goal that we're setting. It's kind of big. I think it feels big for us, especially, given all this going on in the world. But we want to collect 100 $10 gift cards to give to teenagers in the foster care system. And I think that, as I saw this program, we were looking for something to do this December, and a way to bless people that are in difficult situations. This one really stood out because teenagers are struggling anyway right now. There's a lot going on with, it's just hard. They can't go to school and be with people. Extracurricular activities are taken away. There's so many things, and some of those Matt talked about in his sermon last week. And so it just really felt right to try to support and show the love of God to teenagers that are in the foster care system. And so that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to collect 100 of these gift cards. And so you can go to creekside.me, and there's a big button that says Tens for Teens. That's what the program is called, Tens for Teens. Click on it. It will give you more information. But let me just, before I go, give you a couple of ways that you can help. First, you can buy gift cards and write a note. You'll see that on our website on creekside.me by clicking that Tens for Teens, and then give them to us as a church, and we'll make sure that they get to Every Child PDX. You can also just donate money, and you can do that also at creekside.me, and there's a drop-down menu on our donate page, and just pick Tens for Teens, and we'll spend that money. We'll have a volunteer go get the gift cards for you. And then I would just say, here's another way. Like, if you can't afford it, maybe, ask for your own Christmas present. If you have a gift exchange coming up, something like that, like just say, hey, can I, maybe a $10 gift card, maybe you put that on the Christmas list. And maybe you ask for it early because we have to deliver these early. maybe you just post it on your social media, you know, like, hey, here's this thing my church is doing, and I'd love it if you guys could contribute to something like that. If you can't afford to give or buy gift cards, I get that, but you can still help us push this goal forward. And then the last thing I would say is, even if you don't contribute at all, you know, as far as helping us get these gift cards, maybe this could serve as a reminder to pray for teens who are in foster care and the teenagers, you know, in general right now, and all they're going through. But specifically for the teens in foster care in our area, just pray for them. Uh, Lift them up to the Lord, and you know, pray that God would move in their lives and that they would know the love of God, and you know, all these things. You can pray in general ways for them, and so I would hope that you would do that. So there's a handful of ways I think you can get involved, but go to creekside.me, click on the Tens for Teens, and uh, that's it. Here's a message from Jamie.